15 rounds scheduled here in this much anticipated fight, and we are underway with round number 1. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. He's getting him into position there. You can see him backing him up against the ropes. Well, when things have gone south for Lennox Lewis, it's been because his opponent possesses one-punch power.
Well, Lewis is going to have to show that when he's been in the gym after those times that have gone south, that he's gone north. North to a place where he's come up with an answer, where his defense is better.
Huge uppercut by Tyson. Lewis's right hand scores well. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round, gets rid of that body shot. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. Tyson's bagged by a big uppercut. Targeting that belt line with the right hand. Mike Tyson blocking that punch. Good looking counter punch. Tyson's nailed by a hook. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Last 10 seconds of this first round.
You gotta breathe. Breathe. Relax. How you feeling out there? Now, you're not winning this fight, right? You're not winning. He's beaten. I need you to throw more than one punch out there.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. And just grabbing onto his opponent. Lewis is the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. He engages in the clinch. So much is talked about on the offensive side of the game for Tyson. But in putting forth that offense, he also has some pretty decent defense.
Well, his defense creates offense. That's exactly right. And he was taught that. He wasn't born with that. That's where the technique, the teaching came in. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying that if he wasn't taught that, he'd be just another big, strong guy.
Lennox Lewis blocks that punch. You see, he comes over the top with that right hand, a real solid shot. And he ties up on the inside. A well-placed, gutsy uppercut after being tagged. Right hand over the top, very accurate with it. Tyson's fatigue is starting to play a major factor in this fight now. He is having trouble landing any of these punches.
Yeah, and it's not because his opponent all of a sudden is a great defensive whiz. You know, he's not Claude Rains. He didn't all of a sudden become the invisible man. It's just that he's not landing because he's throwing him from too far away, as you say, very tired.
Nice block by Lewis. Lennox Lewis is back in his corner now, probably reflecting on what was a very solid round. Now, he didn't overwhelm his guy with a quantity of punches, but he was so effective with what he did put.
Yeah, you're right. You know, a lot of times people think that the muscles that count the most in any sport, especially in this sport, such a difficult sport, is, you know, the biceps, the physical things that you see, you know, the chest, the back. You know, this guy's got the strong muscle up top, you know, over his shoulders, in between his shoulders, his brain. And that's why he's picking the spot so well. That muscle is serving him to win this fight right now.
Takes a step back, then the counterpunch by Mike Tyson.
Very similar to what you see Floyd Mayweather do. You know, make a miss, pull that shoulder back, and then come right back with the counter.
Parries that punch intended for the head. That's a big uppercut that just crashed home. Scored well up top. Lennox Lewis is applying an old axiom in sports, and that is speed kills. He's got plenty of it in the ring tonight.
Yes, he does. It's going to be up to his opponent now to find a way to take away that speed. Find something that can offset that speed. And I think that starts with controlling range. Get out of the range where he can control you, where he can use that speed.
Punch! He's tired.
He missed with that headshot. Targeting each other, the exchange was something special. Lewis is ripped by an uppercut.
In and out, in and out, in and out. The move. Let's go. What are you waiting for? You want this fight? Then let's get moving at it. This guy's gonna win this fight. You don't take control, son. You need to take control.
Well, it's early on, but already a commanding lead. Banking rounds away on Teddy's scorecard, up 3 rounds to 0. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Lennox Lewis. Lewis is quickly taking control of this fight early on with one single weapon of choice, and that is the jab.
Yeah, the jab and the jab.
He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments.
Nice work.
Now he ties up there. Obviously, at 6'5", Lennox Lewis has some God-given advantages, but he does a smart thing. He utilizes them.
Yeah, it's kind of like having a good car, but you have to find the right driver. Well, he's found the right driver. And that driver, the jab. The jab sets up that right hand.
90 seconds to go here in this round. He took a go of it. Big shot comes crashing home. Well, we've seen Mike Tyson in a spot like this before. Remember, he once rose up off the canvas against Buster Douglas, only to be floored again. Can he do it here? Tyson's trainer is thrilled with this. He gets up off the canvas. Now he wants to see how he'll react. He's committing to the work downstairs. He puts forth the right hand. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. Lewis is giving his opponent headaches here now. He's throwing punches, but he's able to block them away. Great job of protecting himself. He's keeping his guard up very, very well. Teddy, does it help to have the speed that he has?
Sure. Anytime you have speed, you can put it into the equation where whatever you're doing, it has to be technically right, but now you put speed, you're doing it even better. You're doing it at a higher level.
Lennox Lewis's knockdown in that last round has really got his corner pumped up here. And now he scores well with a straight right. Right to the body. Oh, what a huge uppercut from Lennox Lewis. He scores with the jab there.
You know, Joe, a lot of times you think about a jab being used by an outside guy, but to get inside, you need a cover. And there, right there, was the cover.
Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. Minute and a half to go. Tyson showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch. Lewis's right hand working well that time. He scored well. Right to the belt line. And Lennox lands the... What a big shot. And for the second time tonight, he goes down. So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
Joe, one of the ways he survives is if he's been taught. Have good habits, have good fundamentals been put there. You're going to find out right now, he needs them right now.
Scoring with the right hand by Mike Tyson.
All right, breathe. Good. Deep breath. Deep breath. Some water. You're good. All right? You okay, right?
He has a new round in front of him, but I don't know that there's any new hope. He's been down numerous times tonight, including that last round.
You never know what a person's capable of when they're pushed to the brink, but this would be very...
Mike Tyson's been stunned.
Doing fine, you're okay.
Lewis's defense, is it ever good? Look at how easy he's able to block those punches. He's got that certain something that's a well-acquired skill at this craft of boxing, and that is superb defense, and it's on target tonight.
It is. The old timers would say, you know, that's the hard thing, is to learn defense. You know, the easy part, the fun part is let your hands go. So he's got the hard part down. Guess what? He's enjoying the fun part right now because of it.
Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. Trying to go downstairs, but off target. Lewis is getting himself into the mix now, landing that left hand. Nice strike after catching one by Lewis. That's a good hook by Lewis. Scored well with the left downstairs.
Keep it going. Punch. Stop.
I don't want you to slug it out with this guy, all right? Keep your range. Jab, jab, right, okay? Good. Nice work. Listen, I want you to go downstairs, then upstairs, okay? Body.
Start of a new round, and you got to expect his opponent to jump all over him. He nearly got rid of him at the end of the last round.
Yeah, if I'm in the other corner, I'm telling him get after him. But you can use that in reverse. You know your opponent's coming after you. Maybe he gets a little reckless. You have an opportunity to nail him as he's coming after you.
Lennox Lewis is putting together punch stats tonight that fall right in line with what his strategy is. Outside fighter, throwing lots of jabs, landing lots of jabs.
Well, what it is the jab is the table setter. And the jab tonight has set up the table where he's been able to eat whenever he's wanted.
Well landed that hook by Lewis. Hits him in the mug with the right.
He's tired.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Lewis. Did you see that? Tyson's down. He may soon be out. This fight could be over.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
It's over. The fight is over. Lewis's power just much too much for his opponent. Another knockout for him. Now that's how you end a fight right there. Yes, he was controlling throughout, but he made a good, clean finish with the knockout.
Yeah, as a trainer, you want to know, can a guy punch? Can a guy defend? You know, can a guy control distance? But you want to know, can a guy finish? He got...
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well, good evening.
welcome.
When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number one. Paint me a picture here tonight where Lennox Lewis wins. How does that fight play out?
Well, Lewis has to fight on the outside, and he has to have his feet set. If he's moving, believe it or not, a lot of people say, yeah, you need to move away from Tyson. While you're moving your feet, Tyson knows it, and you're vulnerable. He's going to walk in. You're not set to punch. Lewis needs to stand on the outside, set his feet, and make Tyson pay a price for every half a foot of real estate. He tries to get in, nail him on the way in.
A well-placed overhand right. A sharp jab by Mike Tyson. Fine-looking right hand by Lewis. Halfway through this round here. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis is doing what every trainer wants to see their fighter do. Land punches in bunches. The combination lands. You can almost see it just by the way a fighter sits down on their stool at the end of a round. As we come to the end of this round, you can tell that he's full of confidence and he can't wait to get right back out there and continue doing what he was doing.
Well, you're right. The first thing that I notice is his back's not leaning against the corner pad. You know, that's a defeated fighter. That's a fighter. He don't want to go back. Something bad happened to him. You know, he's leaning back like that. You have to pick him up from the stool. He's got all his weight forward. He can't wait to get going. You know that he's positive. You know that he had a good round.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself.
Keep moving.
You see him holding on. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Well, we're watching Lennox Lewis here tonight, but Teddy, you know, a lot of American fight fans, sometimes they turn the other way with Lennox Lewis. They never really got behind him because they don't like the way he acts as a heavyweight champion.
Well, Americans want you to wear your heart out on your sleeve to a certain point. They like emotion. They love emotion. And Lewis doesn't show that kind of passion. He's very contained, very cerebral, but he knows how to get results where it counts, in the ring.
That's exactly what he wanted to do, backing him up against the ropes. Little head hunting never hurt, does it with the hook. Solid left hand to the head. Tyson's punches are way off the mark. He's been committed to throwing plenty of them. He just hasn't been committed to hitting plenty of the target.
No, and it's not like his opponent suddenly became the invisible man. I mean, he's right there in front of him. It's just that he's tired, and these punches are coming from left field, and guess what? They're not getting to the plate.
work, the left hand to the head. That's a big, big shot he just scored with.
And why did he score? Because he created range, created distance, created a hole, and he filled that hole.
As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Oh, what a harsh jab that time by Lewis. And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there. Teddy, you saw that coming. You said he was waiting for that.
Yeah, what he was doing was he was just pulling that shoulder back a little bit, trying to throw that right hand, pull that shoulder back, be a ghost a little bit, disappear on him, come back with the right hand.
Digs in with a good, solid uppercut after taking one.
Come on, kid, focus.
Body shot.
Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Well-targeted left hand by Lennox Lewis. Lewis is using that jab well very early on here, Teddy. That could be a big benefit to him tonight.
Well, it's supposed to be, Joe. He has a real good wingspan. I mean, he's got those long arms. No better way to put him to use than to use that jab and use that jab at the right distance.
Pace yourself.
Oh, what a hook upstairs. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. And that's the end of round 3.
You let him control this fight. You got to impose your will on him.
Lewis is ahead on Teddy's scorecard as we take a peek at those scores for the first time here today. Round number 4 just underway. After 3 rounds, he finds himself up just a round, but nothing really to pull away early on. How about that left hand? Got to try to do better than that. He missed with that hook. Now hugging on the inside.
Keep moving.
What is the formula for potentially defeating a prime Mike Tyson?
Stand up to him. Same formula when you were a kid and you were in the schoolyard with that bully. When he goes after you, don't run away from him. Stand right up to him. Do not submit. He cannot deal with resistance. He cannot deal with somebody saying, okay, I'm going to actually make you fight.
Lewis is in a good rhythm defensively here. Teddy, what is that, a credit to his ability to anticipate?
You know, also, it's the teaching. Let's give the trainers credit. Of course, let's give his background of the amateurs credit, but he learned how to get away from punches. This is technique that was taught to him.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Lennox Lewis. Tyson's left landing well. Good shot to the head with that right hand. Last 10 seconds. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Lewis is showing that walking stick right now, utilizing the jab.
Keep this fight in the center of the ring, okay? Make your presence known.
He's beating the shit out of you. He's beating you to the punch.
5 has arrived. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. And Tyson with a block punch. And another right hand comes in. Tyson's almost looking foolish that time he missed so badly.
Stay away from the inside.
There's that overhand right. Lewis is out at longer range. He's staying away from some danger spots defensively.
Well, he knows he has an opponent who has to be set to punch and who's very dangerous in those spots. So he's doing what he should be doing. Keeping him off balance, giving him angles. Fighting a smart fight.
Tyson's right hand scores well that time. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head.
Double up the punches.
Scored well with that right hand to the body.
Focus. Back to the body.
Final 10 seconds of this 5th round.
There you go.
This round comes to an end. And Teddy, easy to note here that he wasn't landing a lot of punches. Now he was throwing them up, but he wasn't landing a lot. Is that because of his opponent's defense, or is he just not that accurate of a puncher?
No, it's a combination. First of all, his opponent's pretty slick in there. Pretty good at bobbing, weaving a little bit, slipping a little bit, making himself a difficult target. But his punch is a little wide. Needs to shorten them up.
Keep your distance. Range.
Tyson's banged around by a big uppercut. Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Lewis. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Halfway through round 6.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Good step back counter punch there. Lennox Lewis doing what he does best, and that is firing off that jab. Hook! Hook!
There's no need to be on the inside.
Lennox Lewis's right hand did a nice job that time. That worked well for him.
Uppercut.
Took a shot, now he gives a left. Tyson's hurt from that.
Clinch. Clinch.
Lewis's power is shining through now, and he's actually just pushing his opponent away, trying to set up another big shot.
Well, the key here is, does the referee allow him to keep doing it? If he does, he's going to get him right at the distance he wants where he can nail him a big shot.
We start a new round here. It's hard to believe that we're even in this round based on how that last round finished.
Well, if you ever watch some of those Houdini movies, you know, the great escape artist, kind of hard to believe he got out of some of those fixes he was in. You know, inside that box with chains around him underwater. He's going to have to do a Houdini right here.
good block by Mike Tyson. Well, that was his intention, and that's what he's doing. Not engaging in the fight, but clinching. Halfway through the 7th round. Lewis's defense clearly carrying things right now for him. But what else should he be conscious of beyond just this good footwork we're seeing?
Well, the old times would say, hey, you're doing the hard part, you're making a miss. Do the fun part. Make sure he pays.
Well, this can become a bore, and he's making a decision to do it as he ties up again.
1-2, 1-2.
Very nice work from both men. They each got a shot in. Unable to score with the hook.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Coming towards the end of the 7th round, 10 seconds to go.
Keep your head moving.
And that's the end of round 7.
Guy, get away. Come on. This is it. You gotta make it a fight now. You can't just move around. You gotta move your hands. All right, let's go. Listen, you need to move your head.
As we start round number 8, chance to look at Teddy's scorecard, and nothing has really changed. He's been in complete control the whole night, almost getting his opponent into that desperate place, but I don't think he has the answers.
Well, somebody needs to tell him. I'll tell you the answer. Somebody needs to tell him that it's not against the law to move your head. Make a punch miss.
Blocks that belt line well.
Work the body, kid. Hey, keep your hands
To the
up.
head he goes with a left hand. He just missed that shot up top. Lewis is showing us a great display of one of the best elements of defense, Teddy, and that is your Mike Tyson's hurt by a big shot. Look at that. Oh, and he goes down. First knockdown tonight. So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
Joe, this is where instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to stay in the middle.
Finish with the hook. Punch and move, punch and move.
Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot. Last 10 seconds of the 8th round. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, this is gonna be close. He may be able to survive the round, but he has gone down now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And there's the bell. Can you believe that? He was saved by the bell. Teddy, you've been in a spot like this before as a trainer.
Right now, you know what? What do you spend time on? You want to spend time on telling him why he got in that spot, why he got hit. But first, you got to make sure he revives. You got to get him clear-minded. You got to get his senses back first.
How you doing? Keep your hands up. Don't worry, all right?
As we start a new round, Teddy, this seems basically hopeless for him. He's been knocked down numerous times tonight.
Well, you never know. I mean, you go back to the 1980 Olympics, and of course, you have that great call, do you believe in miracles? The only thing, nobody was punching that hockey team in the face.
Nice solid left hand scored by Lewis. Mike Tyson's putting forth a game plan of being a volume puncher, but Teddy, he's not landing a lot of these punches, and what kind of effect can that have on this fight?
Well, he can get frustrated a little bit, and hey, he might not win the fight. It can have that kind of effect. Is that effective enough?
Lewis has done a good job there offensively scoring with that left hand. Halfway through the 9th round. Little head knocking with that right hand.
Keep those hands up.
Final chance, last 10 seconds of round 9. Tyson's hit to the head. Something has to change here. He cannot have another round like the round he just had. Look at his face.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, if it's a battle in a real war, sometimes you got to retreat. You have to know when to retreat. I think it's time right now you retreat a little bit. You know, you hold on. You blow this round. You don't worry about winning this round, but you get yourself together, get a little rest, and then you start making a plan of attack the next round.
It's time.
Relax.
He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange.
Keep working his head.
Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Lewis is scoring with that right hand.
He's tired.
Hands up.
Good block. Lewis is making this so that it's becoming a very frustrating night for his opponent. I mean, when your defense is that sharp, it can just drive your opponent crazy.
Yeah, Ken, first of all, it can start to break down. You know, we always look at the physical things in life and anything. You know, you're pounding a guy and you're going to break the guy down. Hey, you're just smart, you're slick like this guy, and you're making a guy miss, you start to break him down. He's breaking the guy down that way.
And yet another big shot comes in. Can he beat the count? I don't think so here, Teddy.
Now I know where they got that saying, falling like a sack of potatoes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So the knockdown scored against Mike Tyson, but his opponent may want to watch out as Tyson has steadied himself back up on his feet. And banging away he goes. Tyson's night could be over here. This could be the end. And it's all over. Lewis is bombs away, worked again. Knockout victory for him.
By way of knockout, your winner.
That's what you want to see, a guy who can close the show and finish with style. He ends up a knockout victor tonight.
And that's what his trainer wanted. His trainer was even telling him, step it up a little bit, because he knew this was possible, and they got it.
That does it from ringside. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We welcome you here to a big night of fights. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside my ring. Round number 1 is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight. Teddy, we got a matchup here tonight of a guy who can bang against a guy who likes to stay away, likes to fight at range. Where do the advantages lie?
Well, an old-time trainer used to tell me this story. If you have power, you know what? It has no military value unless you have a way to get it to the target. It's like a bomb. It'll just blow up, make a big hole in the ground, and when
Oh, and there you go. And he goes down for the first time tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mike Tyson's back up on his feet. Let's see what he has now. Firing off the uppercuts. Great exchange. Halfway through round number 1. Lewis is rocked by a huge hook to the head. Unable to make an impact there by Lewis.
Finish with the hook.
Lennox Lewis's knowledge of the game is showing through. 3 ways to defend. One of them is to block. He did it there well.
Come on, kid, focus.
Mike Tyson with a heck of a blow there. He rocked his opponent, did Tyson. How about a return to sender with the left hand?
Calm down now. Calm down. Breathe. Breathe. Need another round from you. I need you to be...
I wonder if those 60 seconds were enough, Teddy. He was knocked down in that last round. Now he's right back out there.
that 60 seconds has been enough for fighters in his position before. This sport's been around way over 100 years. It's up to him to do the things he needs to do early on in this round.
See, that's what you want from his left hand. That's exactly what it should be doing, that left hand by Lennox Lewis.
Finish with the hook.
Not able to land the uppercut. Big shot he just scored with. Mike Tyson is on his pier. Iron Mike's got to get back up. I give him a lot of credit for even getting up from that knockdown, but he still has to impress and move forward here.
Yeah, I applaud him. I give him credit, but I also recognize that he's in good shape. That's one of the reasons he got up.
Halfway through round number 2. And now a well-placed hook to the head. Good defensive skill. You know, we're early in this fight, but Tyson's energy may come into question soon. He's throwing a lot of punches, Teddy.
Yeah, and his mental energy, too. I'm wondering if he's getting a little discouraged that his opponent is not showing a lot of effect from all those shots.
Working the body.
Lewis is able to land a good, solid left hand.
Let's see some defense.
Right to the head with that right.
He's tired.
Lennox Lewis really loves throwing the jab, as you can see it here. Lewis's last round, a big one. He scored the knockdown. Do you think he's now got the momentum where he can end this fight?
Well, right now, I think he has the confidence where he thinks he can end the fight, and that's where it starts. It starts with anything. Any people out there doing anything, it starts with thinking, believing you can do it.
All right. How you doing? Nice and calm? Nice and calm, right? How you feeling? He's counterpunching. You need to be aware of it.
Start of the round, but Teddy, it could be the end of the fight. He's been knocked down numerous times, including the last round.
You're probably right, Joe, but when things are darkest is when you find out what is special inside somebody, where they can go to a place you never expect him to be able to go to. Look at Archie Moore, Yvonne Durrell, years ago. Archie Moore was over 40 years old, in there with a 20-something-year-old Durrell. He was on the floor 3 times in the first round. He found a way to come back and knock him out in the 11th. Is this another one of those nights?
Tyson's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Let's talk about the physical stature of Mike Tyson, because he has enormously thick thighs, and through the core area, he has a lot to him where he can get a lot of strength generated from.
Yeah, he does. It comes from the floor, and believe me, he hits you with the floor. He brings that right up to the upstairs. Punchers are born, they're not made. Tyson was born to be a puncher.
That was a fine block by Lewis. Nice block by Mike Tyson. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Lewis. That's a forceful 2-punch combo by Lennox Lewis. Last 10 seconds of round number 3. Comes right back with some offense of his own.
You're losing this fight. Take some chances now. You have to take a chance with this guy, all right? You got that? You have to take a risk. You gotta watch the water. Don't fight his fight. Jab and move. Jab.
Lewis is pitching a shutout right now on Teddy's scorecard. First 3 rounds all going on his side of the ledger. Good return fire that time. How about this? Lennox Lewis is clearly hurt. Lennox Lewis has to hold on. He needs to just tie up. Fine work with the left hand. He landed well by Mike Tyson. Really frustrating his opponent now. Lewis is so defensively sound, it doesn't make for an easy target.
No, it doesn't, and it makes for a very frustrating night for his opponent. I see his opponent now, if you notice, he's getting a little tentative. He's afraid to let the punches go because when he misses, he's worried he's going to leave an opening.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. "90 seconds to go in round number 4. Effective work with that flush overhand right. Lennox Lewis with a mighty left. 10 seconds remaining in this round. And that's the end of round 4. Lewis's cut man is going to earn his pay for sure. That is a bad catch.
And I wondered what he's using in there. You know, you can only use certain things, Avitine, adrenaline, and thrombin. I'm wondering if he's using legal things right now because that's the kind of cut that tempts you to use crazy glue.
Worked out really well, throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. That was a miss by Lewis. Huge right hand from Lennox. Turns over that hook and he does damage upstairs. Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. Lewis's hand speed right now, the difference with what we just saw, able to land that combination.
Yeah, he's probably going to need a little bit more down the road, but right now, that's got him in front.
Unload! Gotta see those pumps! Put hands up!
Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging. Halfway through this round. A target on his head, and he places the hook right on it. Teddy, a Mike Tyson left hook. Where's it come from?
Well, it comes from everywhere. I mean, he wants to make sure that he annihilates you, so he puts everything into it. Shoulder snap, body, back, everything.
Keep working the jab.
10 seconds to go in this round.
I need you to cut this guy off. Start moving your hands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right?
The start of the 6th round.
Back to the body.
Lennox able to block that punch. Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here today?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go. Oh, no, actually, I would say a little counterpunching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him.
Time.
Uppercut!
Tyson's impressing the judges and himself with that right hand.
Move your
Took
head!
a shot, now he gives the left. Good job, it was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Lewis.
Keep working the body.
And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round.
Keep moving. Keep moving. You got 9.
Oh, you see him with the left of the head there? Boom, left hand comes home.
Finish with the hook.
Well, he may be in bad shape, but all of a sudden, he's able to avoid punches and survive.
You know, boxing is a funny business. It's a metaphor for life. You know, sometimes you have somebody outside and they don't say what they want to say. They have to have a drink, a little alcohol to start saying the things that are on their mind. Sometimes a fight is no different. You know, he gets hurt and now all of a sudden all his inhibitions are gone. And now he's doing all the things he's supposed to do because he's not thinking about anything except the things he should have been thinking about. It's automatic.
And that's the end of round 6.
On the outside.
Lewis has got to come up with something different now. That last round, he didn't do what he needed to do, and it cost him defensively when he was stunned. His corner has to give some sound advice. Good body shot. The right hand came home. Well targeted 1-2 by Lewis. Accurate shot, straight right hand comes in. I like the way he went up top that time with the hook. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Lennox Lewis. Nice block. Lennox Lewis is really making some boxing purists out there put a smile on their face because his defense has been stellar. I mean, so fundamentally sound.
Yeah, well, that's why he always goes rounds, and that's why people think he has an iron chin. I don't know if he has an iron chin because the chin never gets touched. He's a guy that's always going rounds because his defense is so good.
Boy, sharp two-punch combination by Lennox Lewis. Solid right hand lands. Oh, he just ate a big uppercut right there. Oh, wow. He goes down again.
Fought the elevator fight. Up and down all night.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
He gets up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
Mike Tyson with a big right hand. Ten seconds to go in the 7th. Tyson's defense is paying off now.
All right.
And round 7 comes to an end.
Relax. Relax. Are you all right?
So round 8 is underway. Lewis is enjoying a commanding lead on your scorecard, Teddy. You got to think that that would hold for him because he has now strung together so many consecutive rounds where he's been dominating.
Yeah, it's methodical. It's been a real workman-like effort.
Tyson's recuperative abilities being tested to the limit here. Just 60 seconds to gather yourself after being knocked down. And now you see him scoring well with the right. Lewis is able to land a nice, clean left hand. He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Big shot. Knocked down again. Unreal.
Now you gotta wonder what the corner's thinking. Are they gonna stop this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And it's over. This fight is over. Mike Tyson's unable to continue. This fight is over. Knockout.
By way of knockouts, your winner, Lennox Lewis.
I like the way he finished things tonight, Teddy. Lewis is your winner by knockout in a fight that he controlled throughout.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, and just as importantly, or more importantly, his trainer, his manager, and his promoter like it, because that means that he's going to be easier to sell now to television.
Thanks for being with us, everybody. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.
Ladies and
Good evening, everybody. Alongside Teddy Atlas. Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round 1 underway. Tyson's in bad shape. What's the best way to neutralize good hand speed?
Timing. Guys throwing real quick punches, maybe a quick jab. You time it right hand, right over.
Mike Tyson with a big uppercut. Those wobbly legs of Mike Tyson have steadied.
But now the question is whether or not his opponent has found something that will work, found something that will get those legs unsteady once again.
Commits to the overhand right, and it serves him well. A good block. Straight right was lined up, but he missed. 90 seconds to go here in this round.